Welcome everyone, this is Anik Singal, and I am so excited that you're here today to learn about the #1 skill that's going to get you to be able to succeed as an entrepreneur. I've got a tremendous presentation for you today. So we're going to start, and let's do the official countdown here. Now that, let me just see real quick. Yeah, we look good. All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome everyone, this is Anik Singal, and today we will be going over my secret $120 million secret, the exact formula I have used personally to sell any product on the internet. Now we're talking about something that's discovered over 15 years, fine-tuned and perfected. What I share with you today, you cannot learn anywhere else on the internet.
OK，因为你有问他一下咯，他刚刚也是给了钱嘛，那边产生我去check 一下，我去 check 一下这个 domain 到几时了，这2天不是吗？给那个agency 做的那个 Google AdWords 的，我看到几时，如果还有大概半年还可以用咯，如果接近的时候我们再帮他抄咯，然后你再给 application 咯，这个我没有做了，我没有这个时间做，我是给他。帮他做 Google AdWords 看咯 ，Google AdWords 你都是 Google AdWords 你做就可以交给你做了，我也是没什么时间做，我要做我自己东西了，做我的自己的 website， 还是那个人店，我在帮你server 好了，我就要去做 website， 去学那个 DV， 如果你有做 Google AdWords， 你让我知道，我让他知道这样找你好吗？你不要 expert 了，我 Google AdWords 我是很没有什么手了，这样子咯。
Okay, so today, what are you going to master? Today, today in this webinar, I'm going to go over the exact 7-step formula that I use to sell anything on the internet. Listen, I don't care if you're doing digital publishing, affiliate marketing, coaching, consulting, e-commerce, network marketing. I mean, this applies, all right? Even if you're a local business trying to get more leads locally, you need to know the things I share with you today. And here's why. Here's why I'm telling you, you will not find this information anywhere else on the internet. You're not gonna, no one else is teaching it because direct marketing is what people have been teaching. You know what? Direct marketing is 100% dead, and I'm gonna prove it to you in this very training. You will be, literally, right now if you're thinking I'm crazy for saying direct marketing is dead, okay? Go ahead right now, type in crazy. Type in crazy into the comment box. You see that comment box? Type in crazy if you think I'm a little bit crazy. All right, let's see. All right, there. Yes, everyone. It's typing in crazy. By the way, people are telling me all. Of where they're calling in from. Man, we've got people from South Africa, Singapore. I actually saw someone who said Maryland, which is where I'm currently sitting. It's corporate office. But yes. So you are going to learn today why direct marketing is 100% dead. Also, today in this very training, I'm going to reveal to you how I convert a simple simple PowerPoint file where I don't even use complete sentences into 8-figure businesses. Not once, not twice, but multiple times. We're going to go over my $17.4 million case study. And let me give you a little bit of a clue of what's coming. Guys, I have been offered and I have been paid over $150,000 to create a 20-minute video.
哦，你可以做啊。
You know my biggest,
我
and I,
叫联络你，他叫你 call 了，OK 啊，我叫你 call，跟老板娘了，老板娘呢 OK 啊。
that was the last time I did it. I actually started saying no.
跟他解释了。
I turned away
我
prospects.
帮他做过了，我都之前是自己做了，自己玩到了。
Customers all the time, clients who want to pay me $150,000. The number one offer I've ever had, $225,000 to do something that would have taken me about 7-8 hours max, and I turned it down. And you're going to learn exactly why, because the hourly rate I make applying this skill for myself is much different. And then I'm going to teach you how to master this trade and give you an opportunity to work directly with me. But first, before we can move forward, guys, I want to get some excitement going in this room. Let's get some energy. Remember, I feed off of your energy. The more pumped you are, the more pumped I am. So are you excited to master the number one skill that every entrepreneur must have? Listen, you're going to see a little box to the right or left or whatever. It should be to the right. Now, I don't... If you're watching a mobile or
你 call 上，你联系我这个朋友了，我跟他讲的话，他也知道你的状况了，他可以帮你用。谷歌我他也是比较熟了，我是现在比较专注在Facebook marketing 啊，谷歌 marketing 他是比较熟了，因为他是我的前同事，他也是很熟了，他也是帮很多商家做过小事业，有做过那种像店的，他的有 customer 了，有大概几十个 customer 了，他比较他收费也不会贵的，不错了，他是我前同事，你联络他咯，我跟他讲了，你会联络他，你联络他跟他谈咯，他可以帮到你的 ，OK 啊，谢谢。
Okay, they're pouring in. Haley? Okie dokie. Let's see here. Gavin, I got you. Josiah, Austin. We've got Anna. Wow. All right. Well, shoot. I am very excited that you guys are pumped up and excited. All right. Trust me, you're going to love it. So let's move right in. Guys, here's one thing that you've got to learn today. A lot of people come at this topic of copywriting with a very negative and a very different mindset. How many of you right now, go ahead and type in me. Just type in me. If you're one of those people that's always thought, you know what, writing, copywriting, or any kind of writing is an innate skill that you're born with. You know, most people are afraid of writing. Most people stink at writing. Come on, type in me. Let's be honest. Have a moment of honesty with one another. Come on, guys. Check in me. All right. I see them all. Caroline. Caroline wrote me, 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 me. All right. Yes. Guys, trust me. I understand. You know why? Because I was freaking least likely to ever become a writer. I was the most unlikely candidate. Guys, you know, here's the deal. Here's something I never talked about myself. In high school, I'm going to go way back. Go back 17, 18 years right now. In high school, I was a straight A student. Literally, through and through. Straight A's, A pluses, A's. So you might be thinking, like, why are you telling me this? Because, guys, I didn't do it because I was some kind of genius or smart. I used to work my butt off. I would be up every night till 2 or 3 in the morning. I had it beat into me that my dream was to go to med school. I want to go to Harvard, Stanford. And I just hustled and hustled. But no matter how much I hustled, I met my match. First time ever, junior year, 11th grade. I nearly failed my writing class. First class I ever took where I couldn't make movement. I got my first ever D minus. You know, the first paper I ever turned in, I remember getting it back with red all across it, a big D minus across. My heart fell to the bottom of my stomach. And I remember thinking, holy shit, because I always thought writing is kind of useless. Who cares? You just write a bunch of words on a piece of paper. Writing is writing. What am I going to write? Prescription pads? When I'm a doctor, I don't care. You know, I drove my teacher mad, not because I wanted to learn the skill, not because I wanted to understand writing, but because I wanted a better grade. She got so frustrated with me. I actually remember her exact words. You can't believe a teacher would ever say this to you. She actually told me, Anik, you're such a bad writer. Don't ever become a writer, please. These were, by the end of that semester, this is what she said to me. And I remember thinking when she said it, I said, I don't care what she thinks. I don't want to be a writer. Ironically enough, you fast forward just some years. I've written 3 books. You know, I've done over $120 million worth of product sales on the internet. I'm one of the top paid copywriters in the entire world. And yet I still suck as a writer. That's what you're going to learn, guys. I've gotten it down to a formula. So now, I want you to type in the number 1. Just type in the number 1 if you finally are starting to get curious. If you're starting to get curious that even though you don't like writing, even though you've had these negative feelings about writing, even though you may have had maybe a bad writer, that you're starting to wonder now, shit, if Anik can do it, I can do it. Type in the number 1. Let's see. Come on. Easton, I gotcha. I see you. Zoe, I see you. Caleb, I see you. Lillian, I see you. Joseph, I see you. Wow. Lydia, got it. Jacob, got it. Wow. Look at all the messages pouring in. Hey, I'm glad you guys, you know, see eye to eye with me on that, right? So, ironically, today, here's a big statement I'm going to make that will give you hope and also probably make you scratch your head. Ironically, today, the common man, yourself and myself, okay? The common man is better suited to become a Jedi copywriter than what we call a trained wordsmith. So you talk about someone, you know, when we think about a writer, we think about that guy in the picture, right? We think about a poet, a novelist, someone with their pinky sticking out and a glass of water in their hands or a glass of wine and using all these fancy analogies and blah, 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 blah. Right? That's what we think. Let me tell you something. For a copywriter, those people have a massive disadvantage. You have the big advantage. These are the ironies today that I have come to learn all of this over a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, a lot of time. See, everything that you know about copywriting, quote unquote, delete it. Right now, delete it. The entire world of marketing has completely changed. And I'm shocked every day that nobody is talking about it. You know what? The consumer from 20 years ago has completely changed from the consumer today. Completely. It's a different animal. Just think to yourself. Think to yourself how you used to make a buying decision 20 years ago to versus today. Think for a moment. And I bet you're going to start to see, ooh, things are different, right? So any people think, oh, I need skills, I need this, I need that. You know, guys, as a matter of fact, if you are a trained copywriter from 20 years ago, I'm sorry to say, you're at a disadvantage. You know, I have tried to hire so many copywriters into my company, and I have offered to pay them multiple six figures. That's how much value they bring to me, and because they have 20, 30 years of experience, I can never get through to them. You don't need finesse writing, you don't need prior examples or skills or anything, you need a simple formula. Now here is why the world of marketing has changed, and here is why you, even as a consumer 20 years ago, were very different than you are today. We have the internet to thank for this, and because of the internet, we need to change everything we do about how we talk to customers, how we talk to consumers, how we prospect them, and how we close the sale. And today I will share with you the exact formula to doing all of that. But right now, I want you to type in wow. Type it. Wow, W-O-W, if you just had a bit of an aha moment. Go ahead, come on, type in wow. If you just realized, you know what, I've never thought about this. How can we still market the same way we used to? In the direct marketing days, 20, 30 years ago, when the entire way that we search for information and products has changed. Look at the wows pouring in. Love it, Taylor. I see it. Ava, Sebastian. All right, Cooper. Got it. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, awesome. Like, thank you. So now what I want to do, guys, is I want to tell you about how I became a copywriter. It's a crazy story. So it all starts with the number one advice I ever received in 2004. I'm going to give you a real quick story. I'm going to try to time myself to 60 and not well. 60 seconds, 120 seconds, 2 minutes, all right? Okay, so here you go. Bear with me because this, I'm telling you right now, it will show you just how likely it is for you to become a copywriter. It's freaking amazing. So, you know, we go back 15 years ago. I was sitting in college. I was studying to become a doctor. I was in pre-med, not med school yet, and I just wasn't happy. I just wasn't fulfilled. I just couldn't see it. I wanted more. So the next thing I start to do is I start to look into, how I was always an entrepreneur. So I start searching everything. I find myself on this forum. People talk about this whole world of digital publishing and how there's selling digital products and making tens of thousands a month. And so I thought, shit, okay, what am I good at? I thought, well, I'm really good at getting good grades. I know all the skills and strategies. So let me put a book together to help me do that. So I wrote a book. Yes, me, I wrote. I hated every minute of it. The book was grammatically a mess, but I didn't care. I just put whatever on a piece of paper. Then the day came that I realized I don't have any money to hire someone to write my sales page. Right? I had to put together a page. Now, I just hustled, and I hustled by looking at what other people were doing and simply trying to dissect it. Now, the day came when I launched my product, and you know what? Zip, zilch, zero. I worked my butt off for 7+ months on that product, and when I launched it, a week later, I still had zero sales. I was heartbroken. I thought that was it. I was going to have to quit and leave forever. But that was when somebody messaged me and said, you know what? I know this individual. He also markets to parents. Maybe you're marketing your product to students is wrong. Maybe you should be marketing it to parents. It was all about how to get better grades in college. So I said, okay, I'm willing to. He said, let me introduce you to this guy. I said, sure, please go for it. This person comes to me immediately within a day and says, sorry, kid, I'm the wrong guy. I market to parents of infants. And toddlers. I thought, oh man, okay, well, it was worth a try. Only 2 days later, he messages me and says, hey kid, who wrote this page? And I thought, oh man, this is 11th grade all over again. I'm going to get ripped apart. And so I wrote back and said, no, it's not great, but blah, blah, blah. And he messaged back and said, actually, I see potential. Would you like to intern with me? I will pay you to do my copywriting. I thought, you have damn lost your mind. I said, sir, thank you so much. That's very kind. But copywriting is the last thing I ever cared to do in my life. I ain't doing it. It's the worst thing in the world. I think writing is stupid. I mean, I remember saying all these things, okay? And he chuckled, and he laughed, and the next day he asked again, and the third day he asked again, and finally I was like, what is going on? And then he gave me an invitation that I couldn't refuse. He said, come fly down to Delray Beach, Florida. There is an event going on. Let me meet you. Meet other copywriters. And then decide if you don't want to learn this talent. And then he ended the call with the #1 advice I ever received that got my head completely twisted. And I remember thinking, what the hell just happened? And that piece of advice was this. And this is the gentleman who did it. His name was Justin Ford. One of my mentors who taught me how to write copy. He said, every successful business person must be able to sell through the art of the written word. Every successful business person must be able to sell through the art of the written word. When he said those words, I remember thinking, holy crap, this is some wise stuff. I just didn't know what it meant. And today, $120 million later, let me tell you, I know exactly what it means. Now, it just so happens to turn out, I went to that event. I took that flight. This man paid for me to come. One of the most influential people in my life. He paid for me to fly down there. And when I got there, there was a gentleman by the name of Michael Masterson speaking on stage. And I thought, holy moly, I know that name. I know this guy. One of the best copywriters to have ever lived. In the world of direct marketing, he's a legend. Later on, I found out Michael Masterson's real name is Mark Ford. And that Justin Ford was his little brother. So the guy who taught me, and Justin Ford has actually been on the record saying that the amount of innovation I have contributed and made to the world of copywriting is far beyond anything he's ever seen before. I've changed the formula, but I had to do it myself. I had to learn it over the last 15 years because the market has changed. So guys, how many of you right now are excited to learn the #1 skill that every business person has to have? Online, offline, doesn't matter. Come on, type in me if you are pumped and ready to get the 5-step formula to being able to become a tremendous copywriter. Yes, me. Come on, let's see a bunch of me's. All right. Peyton, Audrey, Charlotte, Jacob. See you. Jacob is super active. Lydia, I see you. Lydia's very active too. Ethan, I got you. Angel, I got you. All right, guys. The number two advice I ever received that gave me hope was from the same gentleman. Justin Ford told me the best writers use the least adjectives. See, guys, whenever we think about writing, we think about sexy writing and wordsmithing. We talk about things like, and the and the moon gloomed and glistened over the river, blah blah blah. And we think to ourselves, God, I can't put word sentences together like that, like all these fancy, the sound of the wind as it whistled by my ears, and we think that's copy, and guess what? It is not. It used to be. It isn't anymore. I'll prove to you exactly why it's changed. Today, more than ever, you can write copy. Today, more than ever. If you never thought you could, I'm telling you right this minute. I'm going to give you the formula. It's templated. You fill in the blanks. You can do it. And it is necessary. It is required. All right? I want you to go ahead and type in wow. Type in wow if you started to have that. If you're starting to get there. You can feel it. You're thinking, all right, Anik, I'm in. I want to learn this. Come on, type in wow. Alright, sorry, I'm just taking a sip of water here. Wow. Tons of wows. Alright, awesome. See, guys, I've discovered 3 secrets that led to my $120 million in sales. Secret number 1, that has changed my life, it's going to change your life, and it's why you can do this today, is that audiences have changed. I'll prove to you why. We're going to actually dissect that. Consumers have changed completely, and now you just tell it like it is. You don't need to sell. Just tell it like it is. That leads us to secret number 2. People love to buy, they hate to be sold. People love to buy, they hate to be sold. I'm going to talk more about that in a minute too. And then secret number 3 is model after what works, guys. Don't reinvent the wheel when it works perfectly fine. Now, I had to reinvent the wheel because what I was taught stopped working on the internet. But now I've got a formula, so don't try to reinvent it. Right? So, really quickly, all right, these 3 secrets have led me to a 5-step formula, and we are going to be dissecting said formula very quickly. But one thing we are going to also come back and do is talk about these 3 secrets, all right? So go ahead and get ready, but before we can do any of that, I want to get your excitement level to like the next level. I'm going to get you guys so pumped because I'm going to answer one key question. What is good or great? Actually, not even great. What's good? What's good? Okay, just barely passable. Good enough. What's good copywriting worth? What is good copywriting worth? Come on, type in an answer. What do you guys think? I'm looking for a per hour number. What do you think? I already gave you this hint, ladies and gentlemen. I've given you a clue. I didn't give you the number. I gave you a clue before we started. What's good copywriting worth? I'm waiting. I want to see. All right. All right. I'm getting all kinds of numbers. I'm getting $500 an hour, $1,000. Yeah, I'm looking for an hourly rate. What do you think good copywriting is? Now this is where I'm going to blow you guys away. I'm seeing numbers all over the place, guys. All right, so let's go. Ready? $350,000 per hour. Just gonna really quietly let that settle in. Guys, it's absolutely ridiculous. I know it sounds crazy. I'm going to prove it to you. There's a reason why I started to refuse bringing on clients willing to pay me over $200,000 to write a 20-minute video for them. You know why? Because when I wrote a 20-minute video for myself, I would make $3.3 million in sales. This 20-minute video that I wrote took me probably between filming, creation, editing, all of it, maybe 10 hours? Maybe. All right, and that includes some of the upsells that happened behind it. 10 hours, maybe. And this product survived for over 2 years, accumulating over $3.3 million in sales passively. I didn't have to sit there and do it. Then you look at this page. Many of you have probably seen this page. Many of you may even own The Circle of Profit. I've sold over 70,000 books. Guys, it's amazing because if you just look at what I've been able to generate from a free book, that a quote-unquote free book, shipping and handling, plus a couple of upsells. Behind it, over $990,000 in sales from a 6-page written sales letter with a short video on top. Come on, how many of you guys own the Circle of Profit book? Type in COP. Type in COP. Stands for Circle of Profit. Type in COP if you own the Circle of Profit book. All right. All right. Tons of. COP is awesome. Awesome. All right. Thank you, Ron. Hey, Grayson, Zoe, Oliver, got Michael, Matthew, Allison. Wow. Okay. Awesome. All right. But guys, could you ever? Imagine behind the scenes what was happening? That page, I mean it. That page may have taken me 3, 4, maybe 5 hours. Maybe. To start to calculate the hourly rate. And now my favorite one, guys, is I created this PowerPoint file. Okay, I created this PowerPoint file. 17.4 million dollars in the last, I don't know, it's a little over 18 months. Now, probably closer to like 20 months. Alright? Just process that. I had to create the file. I recorded. I mean, I literally, it is. It's just bullet points on a PowerPoint, and then I recorded it, some light editing, and I got it going on every webinar, and it's been sitting there ever since. It's done over $17.4 million in sales. And you know what? I want to show you. I want to calculate backwards what this actually took me time-wise. All right, so basically I had to plan and prep. Okay, actually let me do this here. Let's do this. I'll show you guys just how quickly this works. So I'm gonna bring up Descript. Okay. So in order to create the PowerPoint file, right, I had to plan it out. Plan, just kind of hook and all of these things that we teach and go over. I had to create the outline for it. Alright, number 3 is I actually created the bullets. So I basically created title plus bullets. So I actually created the text that goes on the PowerPoint. There was the design aspect. I didn't do any of this. I completely outsourced this. So this was completely outsourced. 5 is I practiced it. Like I practiced presenting once. 6 is I recorded it. That's it. guys, that was it. I then basically from there I uploaded it and I set up an automated business, right? Because it's out there running, even as I speak to you right now, generating sales for me. And between all of this, I mean, I could probably say planning it in the hook, I don't know, maybe that took 2 hours. The outline probably took, 7 hours. Sorry, let's see. Outline of it probably took about 3 hours. It was the bullets that took about 7 hours. The design wasn't even me, but fine. I sent it off. I had to wait. So I'll come back to that. So where I went, 12 hours practicing it. I ran through it a couple of times. That's probably about 2 hours. 16 recording it. Probably I did, recording, editing, etc., etc. I don't know, maybe 8 hours because I took my time. And then the remainder of the time, so we're at 14, 19, 26. Yeah, I was actually going to say about 20. So roughly, right, because I'm guessing roughly about 50 hours went into creating something like this. But I want you guys to see this, okay? I want you to actually see what it came back and created. So I want you to understand the power of great copy, okay? I really do, because this is going to shock you beyond all shock. So let me bring the calculator over. Sorry about that. All right, so I did in about 20 months, $17.4 million divided by about 50. Just look at this. It's 300. Let's just say $350,000 an hour. Let me ask you something, guys. Let me just come on. Type in mind blown if your mind is blown right now. Just type in mind blown if your mind is blown. Come on, I want to see everybody right now just typing in mind blown. There we go. It's coming in. Gotcha, Sophia, Josiah, yep. Oh, I like that name. I've never seen Josiah. Lauren. Wow. Wow, look at that. Mind blown, right? Can I ask you guys a question? What if it had taken me 100 hours and I only made 175,000? You know the thing that's amazing is, right, every day this number goes up for me because every day the automated webinar continues to make more money. That's why I didn't want to get hired anymore by other people, to get paid a set amount per hour when I know I can do it for myself and my hourly income continues to go up. So what if I made 175,000 hours? What if I took 200 hours and made, 90,000 or so an hour? Guys, how many of you, I could literally keep going for a long time before I hit a point at which you would stop being excited. This is the value of good copywriting. This is why I don't care what you're doing. E-commerce, coaching, consulting, digital publishing, affiliate marketing, email marketing, blogging. You could be an offline entrepreneur. It just doesn't matter. You need to be able to write brilliant, amazing, kick-ass copy. And you know what? I'm not the only person out there that's generating results like this. I want you to meet one of my very good friends, Fred Lamb. English isn't even his first language. As a matter of fact, I'm always poking fun at him because sometimes he's pluralizing words that don't deserve to be pluralized. He's Chinese by descent, so English isn't even his first language, but look, his zero writing experience. He even struggled to write simple emails. He came and spent 3 days with me, but here's the best part. The training he received was half as good as what I'm going to give you an opportunity to get involved in soon. Half. I hadn't taken the amount of time I'd taken for you to put it together, but you know what? In those 3 days alone, his first product launch went on to do over 1.5 million in sales. Today, he's done over $5 million. In just 18 months, he has built a brand new company that's absolutely killing it. Then I want to show you a very young guy, Andy Brackpool, 24 years old. This guy did not go to college, didn't feel like it. Instead, he decided, I'm going to go travel the world. And he's done over $300,000 while traveling the world. When he came to me, he was making anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 a month. He learned the skills that I showed him. He mastered just one of 4 copy elements. You can write emails, that's number one. You can do written sales letters, that's number two. You can do video sales letters, that's number three. You can do webinars, that's number four. He just mastered emails. And guys, he is doing over $40,000 to $50,000 a month. He's still in his early 20s. My favorite part about his story is English was his worst subject too. His English teacher told me sucked. And he is right now, he's all done traveling through Asia. He's back. He's leaving soon to travel all across South America. 24 years old, with his fiance, enjoying the world, having continuity clients pouring in, just so he can take some time to write emails. 15, 20 minutes, and writes their emails. This is the kind of income he's seeing every single day. So guys, I want you to understand that this is real. This isn't some kind of fictitious happening perhaps in the world type of thing. Okay, this is real. I want you to understand also that results are not typical. I'm sharing this with you. I'm sharing what worked for me. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You guys should understand that this is a skill that you need. Okay? This is a skill that you need. But before we can talk about this skill, I want to go and I want to talk about the number one thing that builds every piece of every strategy we're talking about. This is the most important statement that you walk away from this webinar, and that is that direct marketing is dead. And I know how controversial that statement sounds, and I know how crazy it sounds, but yes, it's time to talk about that right now. All right, so how does Google define direct marketing? Okay, they said the business of selling products or services directly to the public. Okay, that's fine. For example, by mail order, telephone selling, rather than through retailers. Guys, this was direct mail. You would send a sales letter to somebody's home in their mailbox, postcards, cold calling, direct selling, infomercials, billboards. Come on, I can't remember the last time I rushed to the mailbox to get my mail. Typically, I go once a week, and when I go, by the time I make it in the house, most of the mail has been thrown in the trash on the way in. All right, cold calling. We don't respond to that stuff in the masses now. Guys, when's the last time you would see people, sales agents, knocking on your door to sell you things? See, there was a survey done recently, and based on the survey of 295 business leaders around the globe, look at the number of them. 24%, almost 23.4% have said that they're dropping their use of print advertising. 11.5% said dropping direct mail. Versus, look at how many are embracing email marketing. 59.7, social media 56.3, online display advertising 55.9, mobile marketing 51.9%. We are moving towards the internet. We're moving towards a completely different way of communicating. So tell me now, how do we buy our products today? See, earlier, think back, with cold calling. Do you know how much it would cost to set up a cold calling structure? You're literally talking cold calling. You need a warehouse, not a warehouse, sorry, you need an entire call floor of people. And I have done the math, I remember researching it, to set up a cold calling infrastructure, even if you outsourced it to make 100,000 phone calls, you would spend $200,000. Today I send out 700,000 emails a day for free. Well, for pennies on the dollar, okay? Probably cost me like, $500. Think about that. And all those emails they want to hear from you. Direct mail. You have to get it written, get it printed, buy the data, meaning you have to go to a company and buy all these address files, mail it out. You want to send 100,000 mailings, you'd spend $200,000 in getting it done. You better hope that it was a good piece of mailing, that it worked. Today we have a written sales letter. You can execute in less than a day. Direct mail would take weeks and weeks to put together, and hundreds of thousands. A written sales letter takes just you and some tools. Infomercials. It would cost $100,000 just to film an infomercial. When's the last time you remember flipping through the channel at 2 in the morning? We have things like Apple TV, Netflix, Hulu. We don't do that anymore. Yet, it still takes $100,000 to film it, and it still takes a bunch of time. You have to buy airtime and hope that people are up at 2 in the morning watching your infomercial. Versus today, you can use a computer, a laptop, and $100 software and film an entire video sales letter, upload it to YouTube, and YouTube will host it for you for free, and you've opened up the global market on demand. Okay, event selling, face-to-face selling. That's how we used to do it, right? And today, let me give you an example today. This is so amazing. Right now on this webinar, come on, type into the comment section, type in right now to the comment section where you're calling in from. Type in where, excuse me, you're calling in from right now. Okay? I'll tell you right now, we're gonna have I just need the country or city or state. Dubai, all right? I see India, UK, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Mississippi, Los Angeles, Egypt, Hong Kong. Wow. Guys, Brisbane, Australia, Dubai, I love Dubai, south of France. We have people from all over the United States here. I saw all kinds of states. I just didn't read them out. We have people from Canada. And we have people all over Europe. But guys, we have people from all over South America, Asia. Africa, all here right now. It's a global market. To webinars. So guys, welcome to the world of interactive marketing, the new formula to selling. That's what I want to, I always tell people, when I die, this is what I want to be known for. I want to be the guy who created interactive marketing, because direct marketing is gone. And look at what one of the top entrepreneurs in the world said. Robert Kiyosaki said, Anik's changed the entire approach to selling online. It's not even selling anymore. He called it content. At Rich Dad, we've completely adapted to interactive marketing. Guys, the definition of interactive marketing, as according to me, is the art of selling products by using new technologies that help create relationship, connection, and trust. And here's the key: using micro commitments. Micro commitments. And that's what we're going to talk about. That's what you're going to master right now. See, guys, interactive marketing has led to 3 undeniable advantages that are massive. Number 1, less risk, less investment, faster execution. You know why? Because it used to take hundreds of thousands of dollars to get started. And today we have what we call self-administered platforms that you can start ads on instantly, within minutes. So the execution is fast, and the investment $5. You can start Facebook ads for $5. You can start Google AdWords ad for $5. You can list on Craigslist for free. That is profound, guys. This wasn't possible. This was not doable in the past. This reduces and radically completely completely shatters the amount of risk, quote unquote, that you may have. So how many of you right now, come on, type in yes, type in a capital, all capital letter yes, if that gets you pumped. If you just had an aha moment, type in yes. If you just had a big boom, mind blown moment, type in yes right now. You're sitting there saying, oh my God, it has changed. Do you know how much easier it is today to start a business using interactive marketing than it was 20, 30 years ago to start a business using direct marketing? Look how the yes is pouring. I see you, Mike, Harper. I see you, Hunter. I see you, David. I see Layla, Ava. Wow. All right, awesome. Guys, advantage number 2. Now, this is the big one. I want you to watch this, okay? This will explain to you just why. See, guys, 20 years ago, if you received a sales letter in the mail, in your mailbox, you would pull it out and go read it. And if you liked it, if you read it and you liked what you were seeing, you had no choice but to pick up that phone and make the phone call. You would call that company and buy the product, because what else were you going to do? Today is very different. Today's consumer is informed. Today's consumer is empowered. They have access. We pull out our smartphones, we go to google.com, and boom, before we know it, we're researching, we're looking it up, we know more about that person's product and that person than they know about themselves. We're looking at their competitors, we're looking at pricing comparisons, we're looking at reviews, fully interactive. Today's consumer is informed. Today's consumer is different. Today's consumer wants different. But even beyond that. So right now, come on guys, type in wow. Type in wow, that right there. You're like, uh-oh. Yes. You're typing wow, come on. All right, I see all the wows pouring in. That's why I'm telling you this is such a big deal, right? Because the consumer is different, but that makes us turn to shotgun versus sniper. See, again, 20, 30 years ago, you'd go to a data company and say, I'm looking for people that are interested in, I don't know, whatever, voting. And they'd say, oh, well, we find mostly people on the West Coast in these counties that are above a certain income. These are usually the kind of people that like voting. So you'd say, okay, sure. So what you needed is a shotgun shell, because you were getting untargeted audiences. So you had to be able to spread your bullet out wide. That was why you had to have the perfect words. That's why copywriters have to use fancy analogies like the glistening moon over the sunshiny. I'm not going to be a glistening moon over the but you know what I mean. Because you had to draw people to you, to capture people. Today, it's very different. Guys, we can go to Facebook right now and say, I want someone I want a male between the ages of 35 and 55 who lives within a 10-mile radius of said city, who has an income of a minimum of $100,000, owns an iPhone, and also likes to boat or yacht. I could get even more specific than that. So today what we have is a sniper rifle. So imagine for a moment walking into a car dealership, and here you are. You walk in and you look at the dealer and you say, I want that 605 horsepower red convertible Corvette that's priced at $62,000. I want that car. Here's my check. I've already written it to you. Here you go. Give me the car. Let's say that's the person that walks in, and then the sales guy's like, "Hey, how's it going? Let me tell you more about the amazing world of Chevrolet cars and what we've been able to do. This Corvette has rich history over the past 5 decades." And you'd be like, "Dude, shut up! I don't need all this background. I already told you I want the damn car." See, guys, today when we get someone to our website, they have already made their decision. They've already told us that they want this product. So we're using a sniper rifle. And because of that, we don't need the fancy words. What we need is a formulaic approach to simply get them what they want. And the simpler, the more direct we are, the less fanciness we use, the more we're going to come across as a personable person that you buy from, and less like a car salesman. Number 3, this is the best secret I've learned. Thanks to interactive marketing, guys. Keep it simple. Keep it flippin' simple, okay? Because when you try to go too fancy, you feel like a salesman. Remember one thing, if you remember nothing else from this entire webinar, remember one thing. People love to buy